Welcome, everybody, to Top Dog Most Gifted podcast. I'm your host, Trey Pound, and we got two special guests here today. This is home team. I could speak forever about both guys, but I want to introduce y'all to Devin Bey and his dad, Ja Bey. Dev has been playing with me for the past 3 years. Actually, me and Ja's been coaching together for the past 3 years, and it's been a special thing. Dev is, in my opinion, arguably the top 7th grader in New York City, humbly. And I admire the way Ja brought him up in this game of basketball. We're gonna enlighten you on a lot of things what got him up to this point. And it's a pleasure having you two guys on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Word, that's a fact. So I'm gonna start out with Ja. Ja, I want you to let the world know because this is like a basketball family as well. Ja was he was All City first team. But I'm gonna let let him elaborate on that more. But Ja, won't you let the world know where you come from, where you grew up playing ball in middle school as well as high school, and then we'll get more into everything else.
All right. Appreciate you, Coach, giving us the opportunity. Always love.
Know that.
For me, I'm from, Queens, Left Rack City.
All right.
Big shout out to the homies. You already know. But yeah, it was all when I growing up in Left Rack. I went to Forest Hills High School.
Okay.
Played there. We did a very good job there. We lost at Madison Square Garden my senior year. To my homies Grady.
Okay.
From there, I went to prep school. Got a little more mature. Improved my grades, and then I received my scholarship to go to LIU Brooklyn.
Okay.
From there, I graduated in 4 years. Had some ups and downs in college, but I got an opportunity to play against some really special people. Then I went overseas after that and played professionally over in Iceland, where I had lots of fun and grew as a person.
Okay. All right. So he basically gave y'all a quick rundown of his resume, his basketball history. But I'm going to go back into that. Where it's interesting, because he's from Left Rack, but I want you to tell the world, where did you play basketball in middle school, elementary and middle school?
So I was born in Queens, but I had moved out to Chicago for a lot of my middle school years. So I was hooping out there in Chicago while I grew up from 3rd grade to the start of 9th grade. So I did a lot of my time in Chicago on a scene out there hooping and growing as a youngster out there in Chicago with my grandparents and my uncle.
Okay. To go on top of that, I'm going to go back. Who introduced you to the game?
My uncle, Rick Marsh. He from Queens. He went to Jamaica High School. He did his thing out here. A lot of people know who he is. So he was the one who introduced me to the game. He was fortunate enough to go to the NBA. So I'm lucky to have him in my, as someone who put the ball in my hands and started me off my hoop career.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to look, it took your uncle introduced you to the game, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It wasn't even mom or dad. So I want to go, because Chicago has a deep lineage like New York of basketball history. I want you to tell us, All right, compare the difference between Chicago and New York style basketball in your opinion.
So for me, New York definitely gets the edge. No knock to anybody out in Chi-Town, because Chicago got some great hoopers, and it's all love. But just for me, to me, they're both similar. It's just that New York got that a little bit more flashiness to our games.
Gotcha.
But they both play hard, passionate, dog mentality. Growing up in Chicago, got an opportunity to play as Randy Brown open runs for some great people. So it was definitely some hoopers growing up out there. But in middle school, I was playing against a lot of cats from. There was a league called FAM out in Evanston, Illinois. It's one of the top middle school leagues in Chicago.
Okay.
My uncle was big out there, so I was hooping against some nice middle school people, definitely.
Chicago. Shout out to Chicago because I actually want to be able to get some kids and talk to some people out there, get them on the show. I was fortunate enough. I had the opportunity to play against Will Bynum. I was playing with the Gauchos, and he was playing with a team called Detroit. We played in Rumble in the Bronx, and I ain't gonna lie, he was a dog. Yeah. Like everybody was talking about him, but he was a real dog. Shout out to Will Bynum.
One of the top teams out there is Mac Irvin.
Mac Irvin, okay.
Yeah, they're official.
That's who's popping right now?
Yeah, Mac Irvin. They're definitely EYBL circuit, like they're official.
Copy. All right, high school. Who did you play with AAU?
For AAU, I played with Reb, running Rebels, and I played with Vincent Aim High. Shout out to Rhonda, who was one of my coaches too.
Shout out Vincent.
Yup.
Aim
Shout out Vince. Shout out Aim High, definitely.
Kenny, what up? Say some of the names that the pros that you played against coming up in high school.
So when definitely growing up, they had some hoopers. Of course, Lamar was the big homie. Ron, Elton, and those guys was a little older than me. Eric, Speedy. I remember going on a AAU trip with Speedy. I was a little homie, but he was definitely different, special. So Speedy Claxton was definitely up there, who was someone who was super like that.
And he doing a hell of a job, not to cut you off at Hofstra.
Exactly.
I mean, they had a good year this year. He got Jaquan out there.
Yeah, he got a crew, man. They got 21 seasons. He definitely doing his thing, man. Shout out to Speedy, man, who's a big homie who continued to do his thing. But there was a lot of hoopers out there, man. I remember even when we used to go to workout a couple times, I hooped with Elton Brand before he went to Duke. So it was a lot of young talent out there. Dobie, just so many. Markey, just so many players that we used to just hoop with and have fun with.
College. How was your college experience there?
So LIU, it was definitely good to stay home. I had a good experience. Like I said, it was ups and downs, of course. But I had an opportunity to play against some professionals. We played against Troy Murphy. We played against Tennessee. They had some pros on their team. So it gave me opportunity to play Division I and learn. So it was good. I had good experience.
Yeah,
scored my 1,000 points, of course.
Shout out to LIU. Shout out to Ross Strickland. Shout out to Charles Jones. Y'all doing a hell of a job over there. I know y'all just getting started, but I already see that y'all gonna do big things there. Y'all got a couple of good incoming freshmen coming in for the 23-24 season. That division, in a way, it's a lot of good ballers out there. It's also show you that look at what FDU did.
Exactly.
Them, making it so far in the tournament.
Upsetting a couple of cats.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, ain't that in the same conference?
Yeah, that's the same conference. And you know they got CJ who used to do his thing, LIU, and torch that, so they can make it happen, man. They can have a good run.
Led the nation, and it's funny because I played D2 at St. Thomas Aquinas, and Tobin Anderson was coaching at St. Thomas Aquinas, go to FDU, do what he do, but he took a couple of players from St. Thomas with him to FDU. Shout out to Stack. And look, now he's the head coach at Iona. Everything was happening at a blink of an eye, like because of his hard work and dedication to his craft. But one thing about Ja and Dev I must admire, especially what I admired about what I admired about Ja was that me looking on the outside, the way he was training Dev as a youngin' from about the ages of like 5, I guess, to about like 10, 11, whatever it was, like he trained him like a pro from 5 years old. So looking at what he's doing now, like that's from then. It ain't even gotten into all that hard work you was doing with him, with the beyond just dribbling and shooting or playing on the court. The rehabilitation you put into time into getting his body back together. You might as well be a physical therapist, bro. Like we go on the road, you got stem machines. Yo, you come pull out the work, bro.
Yo, we used to work. We used to have to go to the living
training room, right? And you learned that more in college, right?
I learned that in college, man. I used to twisted ankles, banged up, all this. We used to live in that training room. So.
What's the machine you got for him now? The leg joint?
So now I got his jet boots, man, for helps his recovery. We got an official gun, massage gun. Just trying to make sure that they recover so they can be at full strength. That's important, you know what I mean? Making sure that they recover. They play a lot of basketball. So just things that I learned later on, I want to just make sure Deb learns early so he's, well-versed and making sure he knows how to treat his body and stuff like that. That's like important.
And I must say, and Ja, once we had, came together, he like, yo, Trey, I want him to be a point guard. Because when he came, he was a straight scorer. Like, he ain't see nothing but that basketball. So it was like, just show me the growth in his game. Like, and for you to sometimes sacrifice scoring to make plays for make other people better around you, that's going to take you a longer way than just scoring. I kind of, even though I'm saying I blame it on him, I give him props for it, but LeBron he did that. Like Steph Curry, everybody say Steph Curry changed the game with the three-point ball, but he did. But when Michael Jordan left the game, remember when Mike was in the game, it was all about scoring 30 and 40 points. When Kobe was in the game, it was all about hitting 50, 60, 81 and all that. Once they left, LeBron done changed it. Now it's like you got to do everything. You can't just score. You got to be able to pass. You got to be able to shoot. You got to be able to play D. You got to be able to rebound. You got to be able to be the person on the bench clapping for your teammate.
Facts.
Like all that is what a part of being a champion and winning. You know what I mean? And you stay humble and confident. I ain't got to tell you that because I know you confident in your game. And I know you humble. You one of the most humble kids that I done been around to be that good in ball. You know what I mean? And I know that got a lot to do with your pops. Cause he gonna keep you, let you know that if somebody else ain't better than you, he better than you.
I gotta cook him still, man. Coach, I'm cooking him, man. It's light.
Boy, so we be having you already know, we been on the court together.
Remember when we cooked him in the gym, Coach? Come on, man. This is barbecue chicken,
they made us come out of retirement, brother. Like I said, we was hurting after. We was hurting after. But we went, 4-0?
Yeah,
y'all ain't even get us.
Yeah,
you know what that is? That's IQ, baby. Y'all run all day.
Yo, Jason, we love y'all, but we was cooking the twins too. We was cooking y'all kids in there, man.
Word, man. So I want to give you your flowers, bro. I want to give Dev his. And I know it's a long road ahead, but I'm going to be there by your side. I'm going to be there to give you advice when you think you don't know what's going on and you might be thinking that your game ain't going right. We see things, or I may see things that you don't. And I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that before I tell somebody else that. So you just stay intact. That's why you hear your skills, bro. People already want to come watch you play. It's gonna continue. All right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now we gonna get it into it with you. All right? All right. Cam would have said, pause. My bad, Cam and Mace. It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite podcasters right now. I'll be on top of that. Pause again. All right, so you already know we're gonna play a game called What is Dad's Favorite? All right, so we'll start off. What's Dad's favorite color?
Blue.
Blue what? Sky blue, baby blue? What?
I like sky blue.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right, what is Dad's favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
So breakfast, probably bacon, egg, and cheese.
Go wrong with bacon, egg, and cheese.
Then probably for lunch, I'll probably like a chopped cheese or something. Like a chopped cheese, and then for dinner, probably pasta or chili, something like that.
Okay, pasta and chili. All right,
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Yo, what is Dad's favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject, probably science. Yeah, I like science.
You like science?
Yeah, science.
All right. You be doing stuff in the house like?
One thing we did is quarter. We did the volcano thing. Like you had to put
With
something
the
in
Mentos?
it. Yeah.
In the Pepsi?
Yeah, and then it blew up like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
That was the first
Yeah.
thing I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
All right. Who are your two favorite teachers?
My science teacher, Mrs. Adebayo, and then my social studies teacher, probably Mr. Bonilla.
Okay. Shout out to them. Who is your favorite coach?
Probably Coach Maine and my dad right here. Yeah.
You know what time it is. Be politically correct.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite trainer?
Probably my dad and Coach Maine, cause especially Coach Maine too, cause he's trying to put me as more like a PG, not just scoring all day. Yeah.
That's what it is. You know that I'm gonna separate that. Everybody gonna try to use you because you score. They want their team to win and all that. And you got to do that a lot to win on most of your teams. But in the next level, you're gonna have to be able to be just as good of a passer as you as a scorer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gonna take you a long way. I told you, Young Penny. I'm saying it now. Y'all gonna see it later. It's like a little Penny with a little D Booker. You know what I mean? Who is your favorite player?
LeBron James.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron James, yeah.
Can't go wrong with the king.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Word up. All right. Who is your favorite teammates to play with? I'll give you two.
Probably, I like Jaya.
Okay.
Yeah, because he can just score, rebound, play defense.
Okay, shout out Jaya.
Yeah, Jaya, and probably Simmer too. Simmer,
Okay,
Julian.
shout out Big Sim.
Ethan, I like. Yeah,
You got a lot.
I got a lot.
All right, I'm gonna let you slide.
Yeah.
The whole squad.
Yeah.
Shout out the squad. All right. What do you do on your time off? What's the favorite thing to do when you're not in the gym, training or practicing?
Probably I'll play the game. Play with my friends.
You a gamer too?
Yeah.
What's your top 3 games that you
probably
play?
Fortnite or 2K.
Oh, like that. All right. Fortnite, 2K. Yeah. So you be on that all night?
Yeah.
Shout out to the gamers.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right. Who's your favorite person to be interviewed by?
Coach Me. Man, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I love it. Thank you. We've been getting love, Ja.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Of course, bro.
Watch when you see the other footage. You got some players that show you love. Baby.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite sneakers to play in?
KD 14s.
Oh, KDs? You
Yeah.
like some KDs? Give you a little bounce, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yo, it's a pleasure to have my guys on the show today. Yep. We're gonna have a day in the life with Dev. So we're in the future, in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna go and we're gonna spend a day. We're gonna let y'all see and view the hard work that he does and put in to be who he is and be number one today. Or one, I mean, it's arguably he's number one. There's a few others out there. Know what I mean? I keep that 100. I'll be speaking to a few of y'all too. But right now it's Dev time. Know what I mean? Every time I see him, I be like, yo, my name is D Nice. I'm gonna leave it off with that, yo. I'm your host, Trey Pam. Who you with? We out.
All right. That's fire. That's fire, buddy.
Word.